The first and the next and the first episode of the YouTubers Bunch for 2021 is today. We haven't recorded a video all year. We kind of slacked off last year. People were getting busy. People were locked down. Everyone's channels were growing exponentially, and it was a big, fun time. But the Huntsville Hamfest is bringing everyone together this year, and I'm excited to talk about it with the YouTubers Bunch today. So stay tuned. This is a fun episode. It's about an hour long, so it's longer than your typical episodes, but it's a real good time. Thanks to everybody who joined us today. Check the description below because links to everyone's channel will be there, and I hope you enjoy it. Shut up and sit down. The greatest event of 2021 is about 2 weeks out, and it is going to be a fantastic show. Huntsville Hamfest. Thanks, guys, for joining me today. We haven't done a YouTubers Bunch. We were talking before we hit go on the camera. We haven't done a YouTubers Bunch episode this whole year for 2021. So it's something that I've kind of missed. Everyone's been busy. Everyone's been just schedules full. Some of us have even lost our jobs. I'm not one of those person, but as the camera looks, that guy is right there. So, but good to have everyone in today. And like I said, I think it's going to be a really fun show. We're just going to talk about Huntsville coming up. So let me welcome Steve, K5ATA. How are you doing, sir?
Good, man. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you bet. Good to be here. Mike, K8MRD.
Hi.
What's up?
Just living the dream, you know?
Oh, yeah, I hear you. Your coax winding video was quite done quite well, I thought.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Frank told me this is his first time to be on the YouTubers Bunch, so I don't know if that means we've upgraded or we've downgraded, but I think probably upgraded. Frank's
upgraded. we call that a data breach.
There you go. What's up, Frank? How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm going to do the comfortable monotone voice that everyone seems to be having, so I'm doing good. And how are y'all?
I can't complain. Nobody'd listen to me if I did. All right. Josh, how are you? Are you going like motorcycle on us, or
my hair's long? I just haven't cut it, and I didn't want to do anything to it, so I put my my Sasquatch buff on.
No, I know a guy that can give you haircut tips.
Oh, there you go.
Just let it go. Just let it go.
No,
your 80s Nikki Sticks.
That's right. Yeah, going 80s hair metal.
Yeah, hair metal.
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah, but my cousin-in-law is a big Harley guy, and he's always wearing those do-rags that go all the way back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm gonna have to do that one of these days because I'm gonna look like Mike and Steve and W6RP. I'm gonna have to shave my head one of these days. So that's just how it is. But
just give in, man.
I've
had this haircut since my early 20s.
I think I've just about ready to throw in the towel on that. Yeah. So good. Well, thanks for being here, Josh. Yep. Adam, how are you?
I'm doing well. Just returned to what I call uncivilization from the mountains. Had the SoCal Soda Fest up there with, I think we had about 18 or 20 people camped out up there activating all around Big Bear. Good time.
Oh, awesome.
Good. Is this something you guys do on a regular basis?
It's, so I kind of tried to organize one of these in the past, and 3 people showed up. It was me, W6RIP, and N1CLC. But this time we got a group campsite. We've got a little more consistent meetings going on with the SoCal Soda group, and we had a bunch of people show up. So it was good fun.
Good. Well, I know that you guys were making a lot of contacts because my ham alert told me so.
Yes.
So yeah, good deal. Thanks for being here today. Thanks for getting back so quick to get on the stream. That's really great of you to be here.
Absolutely.
So Kyle, what's up, man? How are you?
Good. How are you? I'm excited for Huntsville. So I'm excited to talk about it.
Well, what a coincidence. That's what we're about to do.
Hey.
So, hey, good deal. And Jason, KM4ACK, this might be one of your first time. It's not your first time, but it might be like your second or third time on the group YouTubers Bunch recording. So how are you today, sir?
Good. Yeah, I think it's a second, maybe the third time, but doing really well. Excited for Huntsville coming up.
Good deal. All right, so how many of you are staying at Montesano? Kyle, where are you staying?
Sorry, I was on mute. I am staying at an Airbnb just right outside of Montesano.
I knew that. And yeah, because you were the one telling people in the live streams that people were complaining about hotels being booked up, but you're like, there's plenty of Airbnbs out there according to the website. So
I think I can see the entrance to the state park from my Airbnb, so I'm close.
wow.
So you can
good.
stumble home.
You should sell the front yard. Sell the front yard as a camping spot.
Sell
That was-
parking.
Whenever
Yeah,
I saw that
or
little
camping.
pin, I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, book that.
That's good. That's good. Jason, aren't you staying in the campsite, the state park?
I'm not staying in the state park. I'm in another RV park, probably 25, 30 minutes away from Monsanto. So fairly close by,
Okay.
but not in the state park.
Okay.
With
Okay.
that electrical upgrade and whatnot, I could not get in.
Yeah. Yeah. I called them. What's today? Today's Sunday. I called them last Wednesday and I said, okay, I got this email that said I might be affected. It was like a month or two ago when I got the email, because I've had my RV site booked since like March. And so they looked up my reservation. They confirmed my reservation. They said, yeah, you're unaffected. You're good to go. So I'm like, okay, good. So Steve,
Good.
I'm hoping that you,
Yeah, well, since I'm right next to yours, I'm
Yeah.
like the next one, so I'm assuming I'm probably okay too.
I would think so. I would think you're probably okay. I think most of the, I was talking to somebody the other day. It might, is the Gigaparts guys. And they said that, yeah, there was most of the construction was like on the other side where the, I don't remember what it was on the other side from where we were. I don't remember what they were saying right now, but he said, yeah, I don't think it's close to where you guys will be staying. So that's good. But all right, good. Well, how many people have been to Huntsville so far? This is my first trip. I've never been before. You guys have been?
Been to the
Okay.
city, just not to the Hamfest.
Right. Well, yeah, that's what I mean, of course. All right. Well, good. That's it's going to be, I don't know. It's so the big news is that MFJ pulled out like 2 days ago. They sent an email out, and we talked about it on our Friday live stream a couple days ago. And then the guys at Gigaparts and I were talking about that, and they said that actually WB0W has also pulled out at this time. But as far as they know, there's not going to be anybody else. And those reasons I think were kind of outside of what's going on with the Hamfest, but I don't have all the details, so I don't want to speculate.
WB0W has pulled out of other Hamfest before because the owners, I'm assuming because of health reasons. They have not been at other Hamfest because I believe the owner is in failing health. So
okay.
it's probably one of the reasons. Probably
What
not,
is
maybe not the only reason.
WB0W?
They do. Go ahead.
No. He's, correct me if I'm wrong on this. He's the guy who owns Tar Heel.
Right, and they're from
Oh.
Missouri. Yeah, they're from Missouri, but
Yeah.
the Tar Heel antennas are made in South Carolina, and WB0W is in St. Joseph, Missouri, and they come to our Winterfest every year, and they have not been the last 2 years because of health reasons.
Okay. Okay. Well, maybe that doesn't have anything to do with the current ongoing.
Correct. Yeah.
Possible. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Well, of course we wish him well. He and his wife come, I think his name is Galen, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
He and his wife come to our very regional Belton Ham Expo every year. They drive that big
truck.
Follow me to a Hamfest
Right,
truck
right.
out there. So, very nice people and excellent mobile antennas for sure. But okay, good. Well,
There's
that's
one on my car. I had no idea.
Yeah. He's the Tar Heel guy. So, good. Well, cool. Okay. Well,
have you heard why MFJ's pulled out?
I have. They've got some. Well, their email said that they just felt safer not going, more responsible. MFJ, when this whole thing started back early last year, MFJ had a couple of, I don't think a couple. They had a bunch of people get sick with COVID.
They got hit hard the first.
They got hit hard, and I believe they had one death last, like when this all first started in their warehouse, and their warehouse was like contaminated for a long time, which is why their product like they had to go through and clean everything and disinfect this, and I think that's why their parts were backed up, not just because of lack of parts, but they just couldn't go into the warehouse for a long time.
Yeah, and then that just created a huge backlog and
right. So they're extra cautious right now, which who can blame them? I certainly don't blame them for that.
Right.
But yeah, so that was the gist of their email that they sent. If you're not on their newsletter mailing list, I try to keep up with all that stuff from them and a multitude of other newsletters lists. My email gets full of them every week, actually. But yeah, that was kind of the gist of the email they sent the other day about why they won't be there. They were actually supposed to be at the Shreveport Hamfest, which is a week from yesterday. And he said, yeah, they got all of their regional shows canceled. And I think that was more a matter of just a lack of stock. Like they don't want to drive across state lines 2 or 3 states over if they don't have enough stuff to sell.
Right.
Which who can blame them?
Right.
But yeah. So anyway, that's but I'm assured that Steve at Gigaparts, who's on the board of the Huntsville Amateur Radio Club, who is the club putting on the Hamfest, they assure us that the show is going forward. It's not going to get canceled. That's kind of what they said last year too, although it was much earlier when they were saying that, and then they finally canceled it. It wasn't a last-minute decision, but I think most of us have pretty much decided that even if they cancel the show, we're just going to go hang out at the state park for the week. We're still going to go.
Yeah.
Just hang out at the state park for the weekend, activate the heck out of that POTA site, and just have fun anyway. So, but hey, guys, don't let me talk the whole time. The floor is it's open to everybody. Please, whatever you have about Huntsville, let's go.
Is there
I don't
any
know what
word
to
on?
expect. Oh,
Yeah.
No, go ahead, Kyle. Go ahead.
Is there any word on who's going to occupy MFJ's spot and how many tables that was?
And that was a pretty fast release that they pulled out. I don't know that they have a.
It's
a
probably,
backup.
when they pulled out of that Capital City Hamfest in Jackson, Mississippi a couple years ago, nobody had their spots, but they had a bunch of tables. I mean, it was a huge section of the area.
In
We
the
could pull up the map.
past,
We could pull up the map. I
Yeah,
bet
if I
in the
understood what
past, MFJ has usually had like an end cap
Yes.
booth set up at Huntsville.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If I understood what Steve was saying the other night, they didn't actually have a very big space this year.
I couldn't-
Probably due to lack of equipment, but
Yeah,
All I can remember
2019.
from the time that I went to Huntsville, which was, I guess, 3 years ago now, is there was, to get your ticket. All right, first they give you a badge, and you wear the badge, and the badge is your ticket. So whenever you go up and get the tickets, they give you a badge, and they give you a paper copy of your ticket, but that is not your badge to get in. Your badge of honor is a pin that they give you, and you wear that. Of course, I threw that in my bag, and I'm like, oh, it's a pin. And then whenever I went in on the second day, they're like, where's your pin? And I'm like, what do you mean, where's my pin?
There
It's
it
in
is,
my
Jason.
bag.
There it is.
Yeah,
Jason's
yeah.
got it. Yeah.
So that's your ticket to get in. So whenever you get that pin, put it on you. That's your,
Okay.
get your name tag and put your pin on you, and that's your ticket to get in.
Interesting.
Then
Okay.
I was there, the show starts at 8 or 9, and I forgot what time it starts, but they got this huge lobby, and everyone lines up in the lobby, and it's just kind of a herd of cows, right? And then they open the doors, and it's just, to the slaughter
Yeah.
troughs, it's just, let's just go,
Black
go,
Friday
go.
to the
Right.
Tony Elmo.
And
They-
Yeah,
all,
it literally looks like Walmart on Black Friday.
yes, right.
Oh,
and
okay. I
all-
got to be standing inside when that happens so I can point the camera in that
Yeah,
direction.
so there's some stairs, Jason, that you want to get on top of, and you want to see the opening of the doors because it looks like just
Oh, wow.
Walmart.
And then
So-
jump down from the stairs, just
Yeah.
trample over everybody.
And the only thing that I remember from the first day was getting through the doors, and Flex was the first vendor right there, and heading straight to the flea market. And the flea market, Jason, correct me if I'm wrong, if you go in the front door, the flea market is over to your left-hand side, right?
In the past, that's correct. My understanding, though, is they have actually doubled the exhibit space for this year because of the pandemic and whatnot. They were wanting to space people out further. So
Okay.
I'm assuming that's going to be a similar layout this year, but I can't say that for a positive.
From what I can remember, there was already quite a bit of space between vendors and booths. So if they're going to space it out even more, I hope that it does not feel like there's not a lot of people or not a lot of vendors there. I hope that it still
Yeah.
feels like there's, you walk in and there's still a lot of things going on. It's not Dayton. If you've ever been to Dayton and this is your second biggest ham fest that you're going to go to in your life, It's not Dayton. So don't put that, you can't put those expectations on Huntsville whenever you walk in and you're like, wow, this is not what I thought it was at Dayton. They're
Mhm.
totally not comparable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard that from other people actually, and some people were we were talking on. I've done so many live streams lately. I don't remember which one it was. We were talking the other day about how someone in a chat, in a live stream chat, was disappointed that the flea market tables were indoors. They was like, why don't they do it outdoors? And I said, well, my understanding was it's just too hot in Huntsville in August.
Yeah.
And then Kat was in the chat, and 2 or 3 other people from Huntsville were in the chat, and like, oh yeah, you don't want to be outdoors in August. I mean, it'd be great until like 8:30 or 9 in the morning, and then it got so hot people would want to be inside anyway. So
it's like Texas in August and July.
Pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
Texas
but
with
it's-
like 95% humidity though. So.
Right.
So Josh has up on his screen the table diagram.
Yeah, so you can see the entrance there, registration,
Mm-hmm.
and I think everything on the left-hand side, right above me here, is all the flea market tables.
That's correct. Yeah, all the stuff on the left there with no names on it, that's the flea market stuff.
Yeah, and then to
and
the
then-
right, before the youth lounge, is is all the major manufacturers.
Right. So yeah, I was actually looking at that myself. I was going to pull it up and do an overlay here for the video editing part, but yeah, that's it. And I don't see MFJ on there at all. So I'm guessing that they pulled MFJ off of it already. I don't know where their tables were.
But
So
yeah, it doesn't
maybe-
look like there's an empty spot unless they just give
Right.
it to somebody else, or they're just showing somebody is bigger.
I'm sure that they probably had a waiting list, don't you think?
Could have.
The last time I talked to Mark, he said that they were like 96% full. So he didn't make it sound like they were full. So
What's
I
Happy
don't-
Feet?
Or just gave someone else an option to upgrade.
It's what your feet are when you have really good socks.
It's a bad Disney movie.
There's a booth up there
Yeah.
called Happy Feet, so I'll be making sure
I
to
see
go
that.
there.
Yeah.
I bet they're hiking socks. I got money on hiking socks.
Maybe,
It's
but-
yeah. Right next to Stepper, you got to stop by there, Josh.
Yeah, and then I mean HRO.
Mm-hmm.
I have no context for size when I look at this. So
Right,
like when I see HRO, I'm like, that's not that big.
No, it's
yeah.
not. Yeah. It really depends on, because HRO is on an end cap. So is that end cap comprised of one table on all 3 sides, or 6 tables on all 3 sides?
Yeah, I mean you can see ICOM and Yesu right there, right? They even have a smaller layout than.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if a lot of companies, they went in a little bit smaller than normal, just because you never know. I mean, are they going to yank the rug out from under them in a week, or?
Yeah.
Good point.
You could
Good point.
easily walk through this whole Hamfest and see everything in a day.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I expect.
If it takes an entire day to see everything, I'd say that's a pretty darn good size Hamfest, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
So
I've been to regional Hamfest where you saw everything in like an hour.
So where is the YouTubers table that we're going to be setting up and meeting people?
It's going to be one of the Gigaparts tables there. So you see Gigaparts at the bottom right.
Yep.
And they have a
They're
table right
two-sided.
next to ICOM and right next to Yezu. Yeah, they have two-sided tables, so it's going to be one of those. I don't know which one.
Do we know what the schedule is?
Yes. Frank, you and I are going to go at 10 a.m. Eric at Hen Radio Concepts is going to go at 11. Josh is going at noon. I don't know if they emailed you guys with that or not.
Nope.
I have
Okay.
received
What am I
nothing.
doing?
Oh, you're going at noon, by the way.
You're going at noon. You're going to be displayed. That's the thing I emailed you about, the hour meet and greet with you and your channel at the Gigaparts booth.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So you're at noon, Mike's at 1, and the guys from Ham Radio Clubhouse are at 2.
So do we have to get in line to meet them? Or just walk up and say hello?
I've met them all, so I'll just stand in the back of the line. That's okay with me.
Come at
I
come
have
at
no
lunchtime
idea.
and watch me eat.
I don't
Right,
think there's-
right,
there's gonna
right.
be- I
Right,
don't think
right.
there's going to be much a line for
Yeah.
me, so you might
Yeah.
get in.
Oh, you might be surprised, but all of us, the ham. So that's Gigaparts is doing. Gigaparts wanted to give some of the larger channels some booth space time for that, and you guys can do whatever the heck you want to with your own hour long booth space. That's why I asked Frank to come with me. But all of it, but the Hamfest folks themselves are giving us an hour in a forum room on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. And if you go look at the forum schedule on the website, it says that YouTubers discussion hosted by Ham Radio 2.0, and I didn't really ask him to word it that way, but I've tried to make it clear that's an invite to like all YouTubers, and we don't have a structure. We're just going to sit there and do a Q&A. We're just going to, so I might try to keep it a little bit like some of us might have a small habit of trying to cut up and clown around when we get together.
That's
It
fine.
might be a thing, but
This group?
I think
this
that's what
group?
they're going to expect.
yeah. So,
10
but
a.m.
we-
on a Sunday, we're all going to be a little.
right. Yeah. That's
What time is
that's
it?
10 a.m.
Oh yeah.
I vote that Mike does the whole interview in Christopher Walken.
I wouldn't. I'd be okay with that. That would work for me. But
But 10 a.m. is late, even in Eastern time.
yeah, I don't know, but
Josh is like, nope.
yeah, I loved it
rolling
when
out
you.
of bed at 9.
Yeah, I loved it when Josh and Adam were on our first late shift stream that started at 10 p.m. Texas time, and Adam's like, "Oh, I should be in bed right now," and Josh is like, "This isn't late. It's 8 o'clock." Like you guys are like an hour from each other, and both of you saying opposite ends of the spectrum. So I thought that was funny.
different time scale here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally. But yeah, Saturday night before that's going to be the big bash at Campus 805. So try to save some energy for Sunday.
Should probably mention that because I mean the Hamfest is the Hamfest, right? We're all going to be running around with cameras. You know, obviously come up and say hi. But it's the after hours stuff, right? I don't know that we've cemented that fully, but I know Saturday for sure is like I think locked in, right? 8:05 is where we're going to be.
Technically, yes. Technically, it's Friday. Now, I mean,
No, yeah, there would be something on Friday. Do we have it
well,
locked in?
We do. We have a someone from TO's channel rented a pavilion for us at the Montesano State Park. So we got one of these big pavilions, these group meeting pavilions rented for us. And so we just thought we would hang out at the state park that night. Of course, that's Friday. The show doesn't start till Saturday. The show is Saturday and Sunday. So Friday's setup day. I will be at the Hamfest on Friday because there's a lot of really good setup videos I've gotten at other Hamfests in the past. So I'm looking forward to being there Friday. But, you know, I'll be there for a few hours. I won't be there all day. And probably hang out at the state park late afternoon through that whole night on Friday. But yeah, so in cement is kind of a rough way to say it, but yes, we're planning on being at a big meetup at Montesano State Park Friday night, and then at Campus 805 Saturday night. I mean, no one's required to do any of this stuff. You guys want to go out and do your own thing, you know, feel free, because like you said, Josh, we're going to be walking around with cameras the whole time anyway. There's going to be plenty of time for everybody to do something.
Yeah, there's the Hilton Garden Inn, which is where I'm staying, which is it's attached to the Hamfest. They have some kind of hospitality room. I don't know what that means. I know there's a bar. That's Don
That's what that
Wilbanks
means. There's a
from
bar.
Ham Nation. It's his favorite Hamfest, and this is like one of the first years he's not going. He knows it in and out, and he's like, "Oh man, all you got. It's great. It's attached to the hotel, so you just go to the Hamfest a little bit, then you hop over to the bar, grab a drink, and then go back to the Hamfest." So, go back and forth. So that was the hot tip, and so I don't know what the hospitality room is yet, but I'm sure I'll I'll go check that out. You're gonna have to check that out, but lots to do.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. There's going to be lots to do. I'm sure that at the end of the weekend, we're probably going to be really, really tired, but also bummed that we missed out on a few things because there's just too much to get into a weekend schedule, I think.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a little bit easier though than Hamvention, because that's huge. You can't go to all the talks and all the stuff that you want to do. It's impossible.
No. Honestly, and yeah, I think it was you, Kyle, the other day that was saying that you weren't real thrilled about the lineup of forums this year. And quite frankly, I'm like, I'm not going to take time to do forums. I mean, it's nice to do sometimes, but with the lack of Hamfest over the last year and a half that we just haven't been to, and so many people that are expected to be at this show, I'm not going to take a time out and sit down and listen to a forum.
Yeah,
but that's me.
Yeah, that was just my opinion on a lot of topics I didn't have any interest in, there might be a topic out there that you are totally excited about, which is awesome. Go and, you know, get learned as much as you want.
Get learned.
Jerica's looking forward to some of the forums. This is her first Hamfest as a ham. And so
I think part of the difference too is that, you know, a big part of why we are all going to this is to get to meet each other and hang out and have some fun. And that takes time. And we also have other things we want to accomplish at the Hamfest, like go through and film things and create some content that comes from the Hamfest. And going to forums just isn't really maybe as much part of that for us, but I can certainly see in the list of forums how some of those topics would be really interesting if I would have more time to join in on them. So
totally agree. Yeah.
And I'm actually going to miss the Friday night stuff. See, I'm pulling my camper out there Thursday and then I work like 18 different jobs. So I'm actually driving back here Friday to do the tech for a game. And Cindy and Jericho will stay at the camper, and then I'll get back to the campground at like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning.
How far of a drive is that for you, Steve?
3 hours, 9 minutes, 37 seconds.
Not bad.
Got it down to a science. That's good. Yeah. Well, yeah. Mike and I will be driving out about 10 to 12 hours that day. So, but we'll be arriving Wednesday night. It might be late, but we'll be there Wednesday night. So we'll be there when you guys pull in on Thursday.
They played some shenanigans with my flight. I think I get in at like 7 p.m. on Friday, so I think I'll miss most of the show.
My flight was also changed leaving, and I have yet to really look into if I can extend my flight. But like you said, everything's up in the air.
If the hotel will let me have the day before my arrival, I may come in a day early. I haven't decided yet.
Cool.
If you're not going to get there till 7 on Friday, I would suggest that. I mean, you know, you got to do what you got to do for your own vacation time, but that's kind of late to be showing up.
I mean, flying to Memphis, I'll throw you in the truck. You can ride the rest of the way.
Yeah, right. Actually, I got a layover in Washington State, so like,
really?
what a dog leg to get to to Alabama. It's pretty wild.
Yeah. Well, they fudged with my flight for the soda trip in September. I had chosen to come home on a red eye. They had the option of like a Sunday night, technically Monday morning, 12:30 a.m. red eye that flies from Reno back to DFW and would land in DFW about 5:30. A time difference and whatnot. It's about a 3-hour flight, but 5 hours later. And I'm like, oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. The red eye, no problem. I'll sleep on the plane. And then they changed it to a 5:30 a.m. leave time Monday morning. And I'm like, that is what I did not want to do, was get up and be at the airport at 4:30 in the morning on Monday.
I texted you that when you sent me the flight information. It's like, really, Jason? Really? You chose this flight? He's like, no,
I didn't. They changed it. That's the thing. I'm like, the red eye was perfect because I'm like, we'll go hang out at the hotel or at the airport, have some dinner, maybe hit a bar in the airport. You know, I'll just kind of hang out for a little bit by myself, go get on a plane about midnight. I'm fine. I'll be good. I'll just fall right asleep. But now I got to get up at like 3:30 or 4 so I can be at the airport by 4:30. I'm just like, oh. So, yeah. I think they've been doing that a lot with flights lately. Just lack of passengers.
I think it's actually a pilot shortage going on right now in the industry.
That's what Shane was saying.
Is that right?
A pilot shortage because they need to fit them up.
I've got Flight Simulator. I can probably manage.
That's good.
I'll drive.
Push the throttle forward and pull the yoke back, right?
As long as it works with an Xbox controller, I'm good.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, you could probably do that.
It's not the taking off. It's the landing.
Yeah.
The computer does it. You just got to monitor the computer.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. All right. So what else are you guys looking forward to with this?
Always the flea market. Always the flea market.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm so excited to go to a good
smell
flea market.
of old electronics.
Is there anything y'all are looking for particular in a flea market or you're searching for?
Good fleas.
Good fleas.
Yeah.
I'm always looking for the thing I'm not expecting, right? I'm looking forward to something to be surprised by. That's always my kind of thing. I love when I just randomly find it's like, whoa, this is wow. I don't even know what this is. I'm looking at. I'm going on my phone, trying to type. What is?
I
this
don't know
thing?
what it is, but I need it.
Right, exactly.
right.
A couple of years
and how
ago,
much is it going to cost to ship it?
Right.
home?
Yeah.
Right. True.
a couple of years ago, whenever I was at Dayton, I was in the flea market and I came home with like 8 dummy loads. And I'm like, I didn't even go to the flea market looking for a dummy load. I came home with 8.
I did that in Orlando one year. I went there and I came home with 3 UHF repeater duplexers, 3 sets of cans.
There you go.
And I'm like, I needed one, and this was a good price. And then I found 2 others for the lower price than what I just paid for the first one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I got to have that now too. Sheesh.
You start to double down.
Right,
Like
exactly.
stocks. You know?
Like stocks.
It keeps going. It keeps going down. You're just like, well, I'm going to buy some more.
Yeah.
I went to a small ham fest down my way once a month. They were doing this, not during COVID now, but and I'm walking around. And I'm like, what is that thing? It was about the size of like a Volkswagen Bug, like an old school one. It was just this big tube, and it kind of had a flare at the end. I'm like, what is that? And the guy goes, oh, it's a portable wind tunnel. And I'm, what? A portable wind tunnel? He's like, yeah. I'm like,
Definitely need that.
yeah, and then I'm kicking myself later. I actually had like kind of a use for it. Like years later, I'm like, but where would I store that? It was just, you get the wildest things that show up at Hamfest sometimes.
What are you going to use a wind tunnel for? I mean, is it like to do glamour shots with your hair flowing back for a thumbnail?
Like
or
rockets. Like if you were building a rocket, right, and you wanted to test the drag for the stabilizers and whatnot, stuff like that. Wings, you could put small wings in it, but again, portable, so it's not very big.
It's not very big.
No,
yeah.
It was probably designed for rockets, actually.
My friend used one of those for the Pinewood Derby in Scouts.
Oh,
Nice.
You know what? I think that was why I could have used it, if I remember correctly, because they prevented us from doing anything to the car except for making it aerodynamic.
Yep.
Oh,
if you guys don't listen to Josh's podcast, you do not understand how aggressive he gets when it comes to building in rockets.
Yeah.
Well, good.
I would like to start doing that, but I don't need another expensive hobby. I already have 2, probably 3 of them soon.
Don't talk to Matt.
Oh, I talked to Matt.
Right.
And I'm just drooling. I was like, I want to do that, but
yeah. I've been talking to Shane about. I've for years I've wanted to get my pilot's license, so I've been talking to him about that recently. And I'm like, all right, you're gonna have to hook me up, dude, because I want to go get my pilot's license. So
that is a money and time hole.
Mm-hmm.
Time I can manage my time pretty well. Money is another story. So I'm gonna have to take extra time to do it so I can not spend the money all at once.
That plane's worse than a boat or trailer.
I'm not going to buy a plane. I'm not not planning on buying a plane. I just want to get my license and then rent planes. Shane doesn't own a plane. He's had his pilot's license for more than 20 years, he says. He just rents planes by the hour and goes places. So
that gets you in trouble, though. You show up, you're renting this plane. It's a Dodge. The engine knocks. Like, transmission's got out on it. We don't want to mess around with it. I'm kidding.
I know.
But you're not wrong, man. Renting a plane from here to Galveston will only take you an hour or so.
He said it was an 1.5-hour flight from here to Galveston, and the Galveston the little regional Galveston airport, which is on the island, is like a 10-minute drive to my house down there.
That's just mind blowing. So that's
awesome.
Saves
Okay, but what does it cost to rent the plane per hour?
Well, it depends on the size of the plane, and several other things. I mean, generally speaking, it's like a private person renting a plane. So it's like I own a plane and I'd rent it to you, or vice versa. So you can, kind of like that. And
friend prices should come up. Yeah.
So I mean, honestly, it's going to cost more to rent a plane than it would be to just drive down there. But because
time-wise, the time on its own is just so beautiful.
And that's the thing. So if you wanted to get down there quick and you wanted to,
and you can always hang a wire out and have a really tall antenna too. So
well, see, and that's
some of those
part of that's part of the motivation for me wanting to get my license now, is because I'm like, we're gonna go up and do some like 6.52 simplex from 1,500 feet in the air, however high they fly.
But you're still wanting to do the paragliding.
Yeah, that was something else I looked at a while back. I haven't really made any strides on that lately. Well, there's a school down in San Antonio, and they shut down everything last year for COVID, so I haven't circled back to that yet. Maybe I should get my drone license first and then upgrade from there.
Yeah.
So
It's a lot of crossover. So
When you
learning
become
for
a-
that drone license is not going to hinder you. It will probably help you.
When
Oh,
you
yeah.
become a successful pilot, you'll have to stop at the airport here in Huntsville and pick me up.
okay, okay, I can do that. I gotta find. I'll be on a mission to find parks that are next to or part of airports. So
Oh,
an
that's
airport
cool.
to fly into
Oh,
that's a state park. And
Sam Houston National Forest and Huntsville State Park are right here.
Yeah, they're right there.
Isn't there
There's an
one up in
airport. There's an
Oklahoma?
airport 2 miles north of me. So
No.
Well, here's something. Could you just fly over the park and activate it? Just
Circle?
I think-
As long as,
put it in
as
a
long as
turn.
he's circling.
Yeah, as long as you
Yeah.
don't leave the.
you're within the park boundaries. They don't say you have to be on land. That's
No.
no rules. You know.
That's true. I think somebody asked that on a video one time. They're like, "No, you're supposed to be like, I don't know. I don't remember what the answer was."
If the rule doesn't explicitly say it, then
Right. Yeah.
That would be one expensive activation.
It would.
but it'd be a
Very
great
true.
video.
That'd be awesome.
You
though.
get
Yeah.
out pretty well, though. I bet.
Yes, you would. It'd take you about 5 minutes to activate those 10 contacts.
You get a lot done too. You just fly over to the next park. You just
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, you
right.
get that radar award thing for
Yeah.
activating parks. And that.
Literally a radar.
Like, wait, it only took you 32 seconds to get to the next part. Yes, it did.
That's good. That's really good.
Well, talking about soda, K0FYR was
Mhm.
activating a park around us today on 2-meter Simplex and 440. Man, that actually got the Simplex band opened. Both Jason and I and a couple other people been talking on Simplex all day this afternoon,
Wow.
and that's actually been fun. So that
Talk, yeah. FM Simplex 6.52 FM Simplex can be quite fun. I haven't actually been on there in a while, but yeah, I would like. I think it was Johnny a couple years back did this light up 2 meters night,
Yeah.
and I think it's been done multiple times. It's not just him, but he did one for Texas. He's down in, I forget where he's at. He's about halfway between me and you, Mike.
He's,
But,
he's in Austin somewhere.
Is he in? Okay, I was thinking he was farther west or east than that, but maybe not.
I mean, I don't know exactly
So,
where he is, but I know he's
yeah.
in the Austin area.
Anyway, he was doing this light up 2 meters night, and I'm like, I wonder if I could hear them from up here. And then I end up having plans that night. I didn't try, but I'm like, we need to do that in the North Texas area. So it'd be a fun event, I think.
I am going to flip it onto it more often now while I'm in the car, and probably have it just sitting around when I'm in the house after I get the new studio shack built.
Good. Yeah, mine's sitting right there right now. It's on 146.52 as it sits, and I've just got a vertical up. But his mistake with trying to activate that park, and he still might have not gotten it, but he was trying to do it on a vertical, and I'm like, man, you need to get a Yagi and start pointing in directions and stuff like that. So
But
He
you
was
can
on
get pretty high there.
he was on Cedar Hill, and Cedar Hill is where all of our TV antennas are for the Metroplex. So it's like the highest point in the Metroplex. It's not like
about how high?
I wish I knew.
He wasn't
Like 12
at the
feet. Like 12 feet.
I think it's like 20,
At least
27
15.
feet.
27 feet, yeah.
Good. Yeah,
See-
you only need people activate with handhelds down here in California on Simplex, so with just
Well,
rubber ducks.
when we were driving back from Connecticut, I kept it on Simplex, and the entire East Coast is on Simplex all the time. I mean, I've worked
cool.
people the entire drive
Wow.
on Simplex, whereas here that radio's been on 5.2 since I got back, and I think I've heard 3 people.
I think once you get to the Midwest, there's a void, right? No one gets on, and you would think that it's flat. Oh, you could talk for miles. Once you hit the Colorado border, and you get east of about Ohio, 2 meters just lights up.
Well, I think you guys have heard me say this before. When I did fly to LAX the last time and met up with Josh for the Pacifico, we got in his car, and I looked down, I'm like, there's activity on 652. What kind of magical void have I entered into here? How come people are using this?
And, I'm
And
just
it was
driving
like-
through LAX.
Right, yeah.
I'm just
And it
leaving
was-
the airport.
It was like an hour, I think, drive to Josh's place from there, and there was like people on that frequency the entire time, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
the entire
Oh
time.
my gosh, this was
Awesome.
really, really cool.
Yeah.
So
I driven from Austin to Dallas and Houston to Dallas, and not one peep. the
no,
whole
I've,
time.
Yeah, I went over to Smoky Mountain National Park, like
Mhm.
Steve, like you, and it was nonstop 5-2.
It was great. I mean, I loved it. I was cruising down the highway, talked to one person till I ran out of string, and there's somebody else waiting.
It ran out
Huh.
of string.
Cool.
It's like, I mean, it was
So
awesome, man.
that's
I looked
good.
up Cedar Hill.
Mhm.
It's very high, 850 feet.
Yeah, I
Woo,
did this.
buddy.
I did the same thing, and it says 830 feet where I'm looking, but I don't think that's.
Yep.
I think that's the city of Cedar Hill because they've got there's like a, for lack of a better term, there's a mountain range there. So I think it's maybe about 100 feet or so higher than that. But you got to remember,
Nosebleed territory.
right? Exactly. Where I'm sitting right now at my home QTH, I'm probably about 30 minutes from there, and I'm at
Yeah.
500. I'm at 580 feet where I'm at right now.
Yep.
So 830 is high for us, but that's why I'm always making fun of Texas flatlands because I mean we don't really have anything like that out here.
But it's
so-
true. It is so
Yeah.
true.
I know.
I'm getting ready and trying to walk for our soda trip, and I'm like literally going up and down, and I look at the graph. Oh, look, I went up 100 feet there, then I went down, then I slowly went up another 100 feet. But you need to do that continuously.
Yeah.
to get up a mountain.
Mm-hmm. So yeah,
I
it's-
realized
it's-
something. This is a bit of a going back for a second. I realized
Sure.
that this field right here, TN07, I think is where MFJ was, because it's an empty table now.
Where is this? I can't see.
TN07 on my I'm sharing my screen there. Can you see it?
Yeah.
So, right next to the Hex Beam and
That could be
run by
it.
DX Engineering.
That
It's
could
the
be it.
only one that doesn't have a company on it, so I'm thinking that's where they were.
was it.
Anyway, sorry about that.
Well, no, TN07 is a company.
Yeah,
Oh, it
like
is?
antennas.
Oh,
Yes.
no, they make
Yes.
antennas. That's right.
They make antennas. Yeah.
I'm like that.
yeah,
That looks
yeah.
like that
I'm-
doesn't look like a
It looks like a
Totally
booth
is.
number, doesn't it?
It looks
Yeah.
like a
No,
booth
no, no,
number.
no.
No, yeah, you're right. No, you
Yeah.
like those antennas, don't you?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jason does too. The TN07, his name's Bob. He's got a thing for people named Jason, I guess. But really cool guy. All made in the USA stuff. Excellent products he's got there. Some unique offerings that you don't find elsewhere. But yeah, they're at TN is for Tennessee. He's out of Tennessee, so I'm pretty sure he's at this Hamfest every year.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah,
trying to
he
remind
is
you to
there every
figure this
year.
out.
Yeah. But yeah, good guess because that does
Yeah,
look like a booth number. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where they were before, but they've obviously filled it up with somebody. I mean, that's okay. That's all right.
I mean, looking
So-
at this though, it looks like
Happy
it's just
Feet
going to be a
took their
lot
place.
of. There's going to be a lot of fun videos to make and lots of
Absolutely,
people to talk
yeah.
to. There's a lot of people here that I've not spoken with, so
Hmm.
I'm looking forward to meeting some people.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What's Swap My Rigs? Is anybody familiar with Swap My Rigs?
Yeah, they make
You take your old broken rig and swap it for a different one.
no, they make an interchange system that goes between your rig and your antenna so that you can like have multiple rigs on one antenna or multiple antennas on one rig.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like a gosh, I can't remember. You know the old types of systems where you could take a keyboard and mouse and hook it to multiple computers.
Yeah,
There's a
KVM switch.
KVM switch. That's the word I'm looking. It's like a KVM switch for your radio.
I thought it was going to be like cash for boat anchors or something.
No, I don't think so.
Or as a used radio market, will they buy new ones or broken ones and fix them up and sell them?
Yeah, so you go to the swap meet, you find a really cheap radio, and then you sell it to the Swap My Rigs
it to there.
people, or the cash for boat anchors people, and then you just keep doing that, rinse and repeat, and then you pay for your whole trip, right?
Right, exactly.
This guy's
That's
like,
a good idea.
I saw you go over to
That's
the
a good
flea
idea.
market and get that and bring it over here.
Do you want it?
Arbitrage.
It's called arbitrage, baby.
That's right.
It's ham radio Uber. I'm just going over to get it.
Ham radio. Ham radio Uber. That's good. All right, cool. Well, this has been productive. Once again, I think it's going to be. I know it's going to be a fun show. It's going to be an awesome show. I think I'm almost looking as forward to the drive out there as I am to being there, because I think the drive is going to be fun.
12 hours in the car with me, buddy.
That downgraded my enthusiasm a little bit.
How
No,
are you
we're gonna we're gonna have a good time. But
Oh, it's gonna
You
be
gonna make sure he showers before?
He's gonna hit him with the hose.
I'm not Frank.
Yeah, I'm not Frank.
Oh,
You've been in
I
county
shower
before.
every day. It takes time to get
With
this hair
soap?
looking like this.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
we're worried
He's
about.
got the VO5 hot oil.
That's right. No, it's gonna be a fun. It's gonna be a fun trip for sure. It's gonna be. Shoot, I don't know. I don't know what the words are. It's gonna be
a
fun.
blast.
It's
I
gonna be
love
fun.
road trip, so
It's gonna.
we're gonna
Yeah,
have a lot
I do
of fun
too.
regardless.
Yeah, I love road trips as well. We might have to. We're gonna have to talk about our return trip, Mike, because I wouldn't mind leaving a touch early and maybe hitting a park or two on the way home.
We already
So-
did talk about that.
We talked, yeah, but we didn't set anything in stone. So we'll see, but we'll talk about it some more.
Yep.
But
There's probably some good parks on the way back.
oh yeah,
I think so.
yeah.
Some like big national
So-
You
monuments.
can't just be driving by all these parks and not activating them.
When I was driving back from Long Island,
Looking
well,
out the
actually,
window.
when I was driving back from yeah. When I was driving back from Huntsville after coming from Long Island, it took about 10 hours to get home from Huntsville, and I would stop every time I would cross the state line. I would just Google map it and say, "Where's the nearest park?" and find a park. I wanted to activate at least one park in every state. So I got like 5 new states doing that, which I thought was
Nice.
kind of fun.
Maybe
So,
this is what I'll do next time. And this idea just dawned on me. I ride out with y'all and fly back.
Yeah, you can do
Coming
that.
back is mostly just getting back. Everyone's tired and grumpy. I could
Yeah.
just
Mike
fly
would never
back.
be grumpy. What are you talking about?
Hey, you know, I
Just
noticed
another
something.
day for me.
Now, looking at this map a little bit more, I noticed that there's no like. Is there going to be anybody there to ship rigs home? That's what they did at.
I was going to tell you, if there is not, I am more than happy to put your purchases in the back of my truck, and I can UPS store them or whatever when I get home to you.
Okay.
After he unboxes them and uses them.
Right.
So
Mhm.
now,
Got
yeah,
it.
it just Padawans may test something that. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
I just
eye
need
on
to
the
make
big-
a
for a
video,
video,
or
right?
I
two.
want to make sure it's not broken
Yeah.
before we
Yeah,
send it
right,
out to
right,
them.
right. Make sure it's not broken.
But no, I don't mind at all. So
Okay.
I've got
I got
And
my
that-
eye on a
plenty of
baker's
truck
dozen
space.
of dummy loads.
Mm.
Hey, those
That
are
same-
antennas for Carlos.
Yeah. Same goes for me, honestly. I mean, we're driving
That's
out and
true.
driving back, and
Yeah.
Frank is gonna. I think Frank's gonna bring over a bunch of cooking stuff to throw in the
Mm-hmm.
trailer, so we don't have to carry it with him on the plane. But
Oh, man.
but yeah, I think we got enough people with vehicles where if you found the deal of a lifetime, don't pass it by.
Yeah, you-
we'll
You
figure
guys
out
are
how
in
to get it to
trouble
you.
now. You guys are in trouble. Fans of yours are going to be coming up to you and be like, "Hey, you mind if I throw this
There
in
will
the
be
back
an
of your
upcharge.
truck?"
yeah.
There will
You're
be
going to
an
be scraping
upcharge on shipping.
axles when you get out there.
Right. I could put it in the back of my pickup truck for free. There's no camper, no topper, no anything on that. So if someone steals it, that's your fault. Or I can charge you $100 trip fee, and I can put it in the secured trailer. So which one would you like?
We'll transport for Padawan donations. There it is.
Right. Hey, there you go. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Awesome. Well, like I said, I think this is going to be a really fun trip. The trip itself is going to be fun. Hanging out with you guys. There's several of you guys I've never met in real life.
Yeah.
I've never met Jason and Adam and Steve. And there's several people who didn't join the call today who I haven't met either. So I'm going to be looking forward to meeting all you guys face to face for the first time. We need to make it our mission to get the actual call sign of the Smoking Ape. So if someone gets it, write it down and put it in your pocket.
Whiskey
Just
4-8.
bring a lot of Miller Lite and get them really liquored up.
Yeah.
Like, what was your call sign again? You got to catch them off guard.
Right.
And get him
yeah.
dancing too.
Right. Yeah. Get him dancing.
Got this
God,
Yeah,
eyeball
get him-
yourself
that
card.
on
Yeah, I
video.
was gonna say, get them liquored up and do an eyeball QSO, like a contest, and it's
Yeah.
like, hey, you need to come over and participate in this.
Well, what we'll do is we'll get the kids. Jerica and Leah's going to be there. We'll get them.
Oh,
To,
there
'cause
you go.
he won't suspect them.
He won't. No, he won't suspect.
There
that. That's
you
a good
go.
idea.
Now-
we
you're
draw them
thinking.
into the eyeball QSO game, and
Well, we're gonna have to get them on the air. So
Yeah, I'm wondering how he's going to get around that. I've been actually wondering. I haven't asked him yet. I was like, well,
Can
you
you
do your
imagine?
thing, but
Can you
I-
imagine, like, you walk, away from the pavilion, and you just see like this person down, like on a, in the woods. You're like, who is that? And it's Ape activating the
Sam
park,
Squinch.
and he's just like,
Or he's just using one of our call signs.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Because we could be the what is it, the control operator, whatever they call it.
He's going to use like his
our
club
call
call
sign.
sign.
I was about to say
That's
club
what I
call
was thinking.
sign.
Club call. He's
Club
got his
call,
own
yeah.
Public call.
WE4DX. You'll probably sneak that one.
Or
He
he
might,
shows
yeah.
up with a special event call that he'd lined up.
a 1x1.
Oh,
That would be
all right.
hilarious.
If he does that, you can't fault the guy.
Yeah,
That's thinking ahead. That's so much preparation.
Alpha 4 Papa Echo.
Yeah. Right.
Well, we can track that
Jeez.
back.
Yeah, you can. If you look up a special event on QRZ, it tells you who registered it.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that wouldn't actually be all that.
Probably got an alias though.
So he's gonna have to use a club call.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe that's
Oh,
why he
good.
asked what my school club was.
Nice. But yeah, he's going to be there, and he's going to be. It's going to be fun to meet him face to face the first time.
Yeah.
Also,
I think
So-
that is probably going to be the best part of Huntsville. Is
Mhm.
yeah, there's
What, the Smoking Ape's gonna be there?
that
Yeah.
and everyone on the
Just the
on the
hanging
channel
out thing,
here.
yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah, and just
mhm.
hanging out, and the great thing is we all have one thing in common, and if we run out of stories, we can go back to ham radio.
Mm-hmm.
Just say, hey Frank, come over here and just start talking. You got something going on.
Mhm.
You got a story always lined up.
Well, we're gonna have to and you guys are gonna have to experience Frank's cooking while you're there too. So, because
We're
then when
looking
I
at
start
it.
to talking about it in future live streams, you guys can get in the chat and say, "Oh yeah, they know what they're talking about there. Nothing I did. That's all Frank. I'll just eat
It's
the
going to have
stuff."
to be pretty good, just so you know, Frank. My kid's in there like making from scratch macaroons or something. She snuck in here and just refilled my coffee.
Ooh.
Wait,
So-
they make macaroons?
That's hard.
Yeah, she's in there like making macaroons like from scratch
on,
right
son.
now.
Oh
so-
man, that's just hands down
Emily-
better than me.
She
Emily
snuck
made those
in, she goes,
last
"Here."
Christmas.
Yeah, she's like, "Here, Daddy, try this frosting. Is it good?" And she goes, "Oh, you need more coffee." I was like, "That's my kid." She refilled my coffee for me.
Nice,
Nice.
very nice.
Well, talking about
Uh,
cooking, after this, I'm going to go downstairs and light up the smoker, or actually not the smoker, the grill, and I got a rack of ribs I'm going to put on there for dinner.
It was just in time
Excellent.
for me to get there.
It is.
Yeah. If you leave now,
Oh.
Mike, you could probably be there in time. Really.
Well, I'm going to grill
So-
them, so I'm looking at 2 hours. I'm hoping 2 hours.
I can.
You can drive fast.
130 miles away, I think it is. No.
Yeah.
You can.
It's
That's
That's
200,
farther
about
than
200 miles away.
It's not in California, so you can do
So
that.
if I
in
go
like
100
an hour and
miles
a
an
half.
hour.
Right. Right.
Well, it's
Well,
got to
good.
rest too. You're not just going to take them off and
Right.
tear into them. You know?
Yeah, you got to rest them. So,
I hope to do
Hey.
all that before the Sunday night stream coming up.
yeah, we're going to be at Parks on the Air tonight. We're going to talk about Parks on the Air tonight.
Oh,
So,
yes.
guys, thank you very much for taking the time out today. I don't want to take up any more of your time. We've been going for about an hour, and good stuff always. And we need to do some more of these. I don't know about moving them back to every month, but perhaps like every other month or something like that. If we can come up with a topic that people want to talk. Yeah, I thought Huntsville was an excellent topic. That's why I wanted to do this one. So, so if someone else wants to come up with a talk of it, let's get back from Huntsville, wind down a bit. Several of us are going to California. That's going to be a fun trip. But we'll do something maybe late September or in October, something like that. It might be fun. But appreciate everyone's time being here. Really looking forward to it. I think several of us in this who are represented here today have said that even if they do cancel the show, which at this point in time we have no reason to believe they will, but we're still going to go. So I know that Mike and I are still going to go. Frank, I'm pretty sure that you're committed,
Mhm.
and or
I'm
need to be committed. So I know Adam said he was going to go. So that it's going to be a really fun time. So in fact, y'all were talking about the stuff to do. I think T.O. said he's just going to hang out at the state park the whole time and just meet and greet people. And I'm like, well, that's a good idea, but I want to get some videos, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to.
Well,
I wanna go
there
get
could be a
videos
lot
and
of
whatnot.
video opportunities.
Well, it's
to
not
see
like
at the
everybody's
state
going to be
park.
staying at the state park when the festival's going on. We're all going to be at the festival. So I don't
Right.
know who
Right,
to be talking to.
right, exactly. That's exactly right.
See what
Making a
Tio's
lot of
really going to do
contacts.
is, Tio's going to actually be pilfering everybody's stuff that they brought back from the Ham Fest.
So, all right, cool. Well, thank you very much for your time today, guys. Let's go ahead and close it out. Everyone, tell me what you've got coming up between now and Huntsville that we should be watching for on YouTube. So, I'm just going to start at the top. Steve, well, actually, you know what? I'll start at the bottom since we went from the top last time. Jason, you go ahead.
A new patch tool that I'm working on for Build-A-Pie. Don't know if I'll get it out by Huntsville or not, but at least beta testing may be before then.
3.08 is out now, is it not?
Yes, 3.0
Okay.
3.0.8 just came out, but I'm working on something that's a patch tool so that we can kind of, when sometimes some little something will break, and it would be useful to have a tool that we could just push out a small little revision without having to do a full release.
Yeah. That's very, what's the word? I'll think of it here in a second. That's, I don't know, change management of you. So there's a word for that. I don't remember what it is. Okay, cool. So Build-A-Pie is good. Yeah, I've still not upgraded to 308, so I need to do that. My 307 is working wonderfully well, but I haven't upgraded yet. So that's on my list of things to do, probably after I get back from Huntsville. So thanks for being here today, man.
Thanks for having me.
You bet. Kyle, what's going on in your world?
Missouri QSO party videos coming up. We had Missouri QSO party last week, made just under 1,700 contacts and made a lot of videos, or shot a lot of video. So going to edit that and get that on the channel. So thanks for having me, Jason.
You bet. Thanks for being here. Agile. It's very agile. That's the word I was thinking of.
Agile.
So
there you go.
Yeah.
Talked about that last night.
Those of you who knows what change management and control and patch management is should know that word agile.
Yeah.
So Adam's sitting over there laughing. Adam, what's going on in your channel, man?
Oh, let's see. The next video coming out will likely be a summary of my activation yesterday for the SoCal Soda Fest, making tons of summit to summit contacts and having a heck of a time on the summit.
And that's that one you did it where y'all were basically climbing straight up the rock. I'm looking at that and I'm like, oh my God, I got to go to California. So that was
falling is not an option there.
You're right. Yeah. I would think so.
And you did that unassisted. A lot of that was just free climbing.
No.
Yeah.
It probably looked, I don't know, was it steeper than it looked, or was it not as steep as it looked? It looked like it was pretty steep in the video.
If you fall in a lot of places on that, you're going to keep going a very long way. So falling is truly not an option.
Truly
on that.
not an option.
The climbing is mostly technically pretty easy, but it's not safe.
Good to know.
Don't
All
fall.
Right. Maybe one of these days. We'll see. All right. Thanks for being here, Adam.
Absolutely.
Josh, what's up with you?
I've got a QSL hack, life hack that's coming out next week. And next Saturday, I will be interviewing W7VOA, who is the VOA News White House Bureau Chief. So,
oh yeah, Voice of America.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm pretty excited. It's going to be a lot of fun.
That's pretty cool.
Awesome.
Okay, we'll have to tune in for that one. That's good. I missed most of the digital mode one last night. My wife and I were not at home, so but
yeah, it was good.
It
was great having Dennis on. Dennis is cool
for sure. Yeah, he is a wealth of knowledge. I'll tell you what.
Yeah,
he's a good dude. So all right, well, thanks for being here, Josh.
Yeah, thank you.
Tank, what's up?
Not much, man. I have coming up. We're talking about sleeping systems coming up Monday night.
Right.
I don't know when this is going to come out, but it's going to be coming out tomorrow night. With Adam, K6ARK is going to talk about sleeping bags and what to look for in your sleeping bag and sleeping pads. And once we get it scheduled, we should be also doing one about tents, what to look for in your sleeping tent. That's all for me and helping me gear up for our soda trip coming up in September. But I know a lot of y'all are also interested in that and what gear and systems that you need to go and do a summit and sleep up there. Other than that, September 16th, I have coming up something special. So watch the internets and see what that's going to pop up with. But there might be something special popping up there. I'm going to kind of transition to putting something out every week. So I'm going to try that. So we'll see how it comes out. But other than that, that's about it. And then Huntsville. I know unofficially we haven't really said it, but maybe a theme night that Monday right afterwards. We'll see. Keep an eye out. We'll talk about that more. That's about it for me. So on to you, Jason. What are you up to?
I'm gonna let Mike go first.
I'm sorry.
I'll go last. Yeah, going that way. Yeah, Mike, go ahead. You're on mute.
Oh yes, you're not the host, Frank.
I just slip into it so easily.
So I'm working on a review for the Chameleon lightweight end fed sloper antenna that may or may not be posted by the time this goes out. But I've got some other product reviews to do. Be going to the Shreveport Hamfest on Saturday. That's going to be a long day. And wake up probably 4 in the morning, maybe, and drive up there. It's about a 3-hour drive for me. So go check that out. So like pre-Hamfest before the big one, kind of, and it's like a dress rehearsal. So,
yeah.
I need more ham in my life.
Right.
So I'm excited for that. And that's about it, I think. And then Huntsville. Huntsville. That's what's on everybody's mind. So
for sure,
I'm really, really looking forward to that. Like we're all really like jonesing to get back into the ham radio festivals and swaps and all that stuff. So
very true.
Yeah,
very true.
I'm really, really excited for that.
Yeah, good. Well, thanks for being here today, man.
Thank you.
Thanks for taking time off work to join us today.
I've taken a holiday day, but
yeah. All right, Steve, you're up next, bud. What's going on?
So I actually had time to film a video for myself, which has been a while because of how busy I've been. But this is the new FM receiver that the league is putting out.
Oh, okay.
And so I built it. It's kind of nifty little kit. I kind of trying it out for something to pick up for the Padawans to build. And speaking of Padawans, I'm also going to do, hopefully it'll be on Wednesday, get a sneak peek on. We got a new classroom, which means a new shack for the Padawans, and MFJ hooked us up with a window pass-through and stuff to make antennas a little easier and stuff like that. So get a little sneak peek at how that's going to look, but it is 27.3 times better than the old one. So should be awesome.
Exactly, 27.3 times.
It's a very specific number.
Yeah,
it is. Good. Well, a special thanks to everybody for being here today. I probably will post this video a week from tomorrow. So it'll be the Monday before Huntsville. So it'll be fresh in everyone's minds. We're going to be looking at that, and look for many of us who are driving in on the road. I don't know how many of you will have HF Mobile or maybe All-Star Mobile or DMR Mobile, something like that, and internet connected something out of the vehicle. We're going to have all of that going on. I may have HF Mobile. We'll see. And see how much I can get done between now and then.
We can make that happen.
I can put the antenna up. I'm just not going to have time to ground the truck between now and then. So
no, we tried. It's not overrated. It needs to be fixed.
Yeah, but
So you're gonna have the DX Commander in the back of the truck sticking out?
Yeah.
Is that the plan?
Yeah, in the bed of the truck. Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Kyle,
but I missed it. What did he say?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
He didn't say a thing.
It's on recording. I'll go back and watch it. So I'll get you back later. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we'll be.
It wasn't towards you. It was towards the. Something's gonna be flapping in the wind with the DX Commander. You're gonna put it in the back of the truck.
Yeah. Yeah. True. But okay, so we'll be headed to Huntsville middle of the week after this video posts, and we hope to see you guys there. Thank you for your time today. This will be a video premiere, so put your comments below. Also check, I will have links to all the individual channels below who are represented here today, so be sure and subscribe to everybody, because we'll all be posting new videos from Huntsville during that weekend, after that weekend, and everything else. So 73, and say bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
73 folks.
See ya. Later,
Bye,
guys.
everybody.